Hey, what's up, everybody? It's Cody with Blood Money MMA Bets, and I'm here with my boy JohnnyKPicks. We're gonna do
What's up,
another
man?
live. What's up, Johnny? We're gonna do another live video, go over this UFC 275 card, and have a good time, answer some questions in the chat and all that. Um, First off, we'll go. How'd you like UFC Vegas 56?
Well, it was a little entertaining. There was a lot of finishes, actually. And what really ruined my bets were all the ladies' fights. And they all finished. I didn't bet the Silva and Potalho because I did think that there might be a finish in that one, so I didn't do that one. But Blanchfield finished with the standing guillotine. And then Carolina got the rear naked choke. And I'm like, of all fights, like, come on, guys.
Crazy.
But it was pretty cool, though. Like I said, there was a lot of cool finishes. So
yeah, I was shocked with all three of the girls' finishes except the Karini Silva one.
Yeah.
I was all over that one. But yeah, man, a couple things I took away was like Mavsar Evelev is the truth. Like he passed that test with flying colors, man.
Yeah, he looked real good.
He did. He looked super good. I was super shocked that Volkov knocked out Rosenstruck in the first round like that. I mean, it was kind of like an early stoppage, but that's what happens with them kickboxers, dude, that when they get hurt, they can't shoot in or nothing, to save themselves. So
yeah,
that kind of sucked. But I was shocked with that. And like you said, man, all three girls' fights finished. That was wild.
And I had the first fight of the night was Blanchfield, and I'm like, well, that ruined two of my bets. I'm like, great. Awesome.
Right. Yeah, I had
gonna be one of those nights.
Right. Yeah, I had her in a parlay, and like JJ Aldridge looked pretty good in that first round, so I was like, dang. So when she got that finish, I was pretty happy. But I know a lot of people did have the over. I almost bet the over myself just because, usually they go over.
Yep.
But man, we already we got a ton of people in the chat already. Thanks for everybody for showing up. We got Victor. He said, "What's up, gentlemen?" He said, "I'm here, but can't participate in the chat."
Appreciate
he's
you being
busy
here,
at work.
so.
Yeah, Victor, man, appreciate that. Effie from Any Action Sportscast. Everybody go check out his podcast. It's not a podcast, a sportscast. He's been winning all the time.
What's up, Effie?
Dude? Broke Bets are here, both them guys. What's said,
up, bro?
Time for the full card predictions. Introducing first. Yeah,
we're gonna start out with the main event.
right. Yeah, as usual on mine. We got Saba. What's up, Saba?
What's up, Saba?
Popping in for his favorite stream. So where's the flamingo shirt, Johnny?
That was last night.
Look, you was looking sharp though. You was looking sharp. Artem MMA analysis. What's up, man?
What's up, Artem?
Another great show,
on, man.
Heck yeah, man! Another great show. Everybody needs to check out.
Probably like 4 o'clock in the morning for him.
I know. Me and him's been trying to work out doing a little show together, man. On for this card, even it's so tough. They're like 17 hours difference, man. So. The Burns, Herod Carolina was for sure the lock of the night going over, right? I mean, they already fought to a split decision, so you just got to assume. Said Jake. We got my boy Abu Dhabi. Yeah, Steve KPicks. Steve KPicks. Broke Best said Johnny had the fresh cut for the vid. Yeah, he did too.
Man, everybody loved my haircut, man.
Yeah.
Actually, I didn't get a haircut, but everybody loved my hair, I guess. It's cool.
Right.
It's cool.
Right. Sometimes you got to do it. Sometimes you got to bust that out, change it up on people a little bit, huh?
Yep.
I do that sometimes.
Keep them guessing. Keep everybody guessing.
Exactly. Effie said, I thought we had that Blanchfield over, bro. Yeah. Herb Dean, the gold standard, my boy, too. He said, Love Money MMA is such a badass name. Hell yeah, man. Thanks, bro.
That was an early stoppage, Herb.
Yeah, on the Rosen Street.
I'm joking. But
my boy Mikey, what's up, man? Chef is in the house. What's up? That's my dude from out in Las Vegas, man. A great chef. Saba sees Jake, sees DM. Got you in a minute. Let's see, man. We got a lot more. Okay. Abu Dhabi is from Chi-Town, Chicago, right by you, Johnny.
That's right.
Bow better. Great to see you, man. I haven't seen you for a little while. Yeah, my ears here. It's awesome. Luke's in the house today. What's up, fellas? What's up? Oh, there's my little brother, Chris, man. Tuned in, brother. Thanks, bro. That's my little brother, man.
What's up, Chris?
The Burns, Juarez Liang is the people's main event. It really is. That's gonna be a wild fight while it lasts.
Yeah.
Saba said, don't sleep on Teixeira, people. That's for sure.
Nope, I'm not.
Liang, yeah, Artem Lang submission underdog. I like that. I bet that too. My boy Mikey, my boy Blake's in here too, man. What's up, Blake? Let's go. Yeah, he's gonna come watch the UFC with me. He's from right where I'm from.
Nice.
Or yeah, Yuri KO in 3, possibly even sooner than that.
I hope it's a little sooner than that.
Yeah. Saba said, does anybody know why Liang's a dog? Not really. It should be a pick 'em, if any, because who knows how that fight's gonna go? You know, I mean, you kind of know, but it's gonna be a wild one.
Yeah. It's going to be quick. I really don't see that fight getting out of the first round, but man, I don't know why she is there. It should be a pick 'em at worst.
Right.
Like maybe -120 plus 100 pick 'em, something like that.
Especially you think you go the favorite would be the one that hits all the submissions, and the non-favorite would be the one that gets submitted every fight.
True.
But yeah, man. When I went to the casino a couple weeks ago when they dropped them lines, and I seen that, and I'm like, man, she was plus 155. I'm like, no way. No, Gomez Juarez shouldn't be really a favorite over anybody. No. She lost to Vanessa Demopoulos, and this girl's better than her for sure.
And the best part was she rocked her, and she basically had the knockout, but she went down in her guard and game over. I mean, that's his bad fight IQ.
Yeah,
and she has no ground game. I mean, I don't know. I mean, we're kind of going over the fight now,
right?
But yeah, she has no fight IQ, bad ground game, no submission defense. All she can do is stand and bang. But Liang's not going to do that. She's going to go for the takedowns. You saw her in her last fight. She basically gassed herself out going for takedowns. She's going to go for takedowns.
Yeah, and the difference is in that last fight, she was fighting a girl that was a black belt. Carnelosi's a legit black belt, so that's why she wasn't even able to get her game going like that.
Yeah, and she knows. I'm gonna say, and she knows BJJ and wrestling too. So Gomez doesn't at all.
Sab said, I'm seeing the Diamato at masterclass. Yeah, Suarez has no ground game. Low fight. Okay, I bet Juarez too last fight pretty big against Demopoulos. When she dropped her, I'm like, yes, man. And then it went right down.
I didn't touch that fight. Didn't touch her.
Yeah, I wish I wouldn't have. It looked good when she cracked her.
Oh, yeah.
All right, man. Well, let's get into this UFC 275. Nope. This is a good card. Only 12 fights for a pay-per-view, which is, kind of low for a pay-per-view, but it does have some quality fights in it. So I think we're going to be able to we got some good betting spots, both of us, I'm sure. And we got, I'm sure, a couple fights we're going to disagree on. So let's get into it. Our first fight that I have wrote down actually is Jake Matthews and Andre Fialho.
Okay.
You want to start this one?
Yeah. So, man, this is going to be a good fight, but I'm still going to ride the train of Fialho. I think he's going to be able to do it. Matthews is going to be the more well-rounded fighter. He has the wrestling. He's pretty good on the feet. I don't think he has that much of power, but he can knock you out. But with Fialho, though, I'm super impressed with him. Like, he has really good boxing. He's really good power, lots of power in the first round especially. He does have cardio. He can kind of fade as the fight goes on, but I wouldn't say he doesn't, have 3 rounds of cardio in him, because he does. But, man, I don't see this fight going past the second. I don't think it gets in the third round, let's be honest. But I think Fialho will eventually knock out Matthews, but it's going to be a close fight. Because I kind of went back and forth. I didn't know if Matthews would be able to wrestle him, but I just don't think he has pretty good takedown defense, Fialho. So I think it's going to be mainly played out in the feet. And if that's the case, I like Fialho here. I wanted to bet him as line, but I see a lot of Matthews love, so I'm waiting on this one because I might do a last minute bet if the line gets a little bit lower. It's going to be a little closer fight. I don't think this is like a no-brainer bet or pick by any means, but I do like Fialho. Right. There's no reason for me to jump off the train out of him. He looked really good in his last 3 or 4 fights, so I still like him here. So.
Right. Yeah. Yeah, man, I'm with you. I was so close. I drove, I went to the casino last night and put some more bets in, and I had him wrote down, but I seen him on other sites at like -135, -140. And when I got to the casino, he's still -150, but I really do like him. I think his win over Miguel Baeza is would be a better win than even the Jake Matthews win.
Yeah.
But, I ended up not betting him. I want to see how he does do against a wrestler, if Jake Matthews even gets the chance to wrestle him. Because, Jake Matthews definitely ain't knocking him out. He's only got 2 knockouts in his whole career, and there was like 7 years ago. But Matthews got good wrestling. He's got pretty good BJJ, and he's got pretty good striking, enough that shouldn't get knocked out like real quick like Van Camp or nothing like that. Pretty good kicks to the leg and body. Yeah, but Fialho, like you said, man, he's just a beast. He has that X factor. He has where he can just, hit one time and people's out cold. And anytime that Matthews is standing with him, it's going to be a problem. But Matthews has pretty good volume striking. I do think this is going to be a good match. I stayed away from it because I want to see how Fialho does against this wrestling and stuff. But I'm with you. I think that the first round is going to be close. Maybe even Matthews might get a takedown or two, but if he can't, I could see Fialho getting that first round finish. But I see Fialho getting a second or third round finish. I see him surviving the wrestling, being able to keep standing long enough to put some big strikes on Matthews. And he's going to be a little bigger. He's 1 inch taller with a 2 inch reach. So that's going to help too. Yeah. And with Matthews really having no power on his feet, when anytime it's on the feet, it's going to be real dangerous for him. And I was seeing somewhere they said that Andre Fialho's ground game ain't like terrible either. Like I think somebody that trains with him at Sanford was saying that he has actually pretty good ground game and decent counter wrestling. He looked good against Machaev Teixeira. So yeah, for a little while on short notice.
Isn't Sanford known for like wrestlers?
Yeah, they got everything, man. They got a good wrestling coach down there, and I think his name's like Craig Jones, something like that. But they got a lot of good people down there.
Well, they got Brunson that's training there.
Yeah, yep.
Burns trains there.
Burns, yeah, that helps. And he's got great wrestling. So I think that he'll be able to hang with Matthews. Yeah. He'll be able to get that finish at some point.
Yeah, they got some pretty decent grapplers and wrestlers there, and they have some good strikers too. But yeah, right. I mean, if you can train with or like Burns, I mean, shit, there you go. Right.
Yeah, man. The Hot Crispy Yuri by Vicious Uppercut. What's up, man? Thanks for joining us. We got Abu Dhabi. I think the fight is dog or pass. It's wait and see if Fialho is kept. Right, is legit. Yeah, that's how I've been. But also, it's hard to bet on Jake Matthews because I can also see it playing out where he gets starched because he's good at 170. He used to be 155er, so he's probably just going to be he's grown into his body though actually because he's been in the UFC forever. But yeah, he's going to have to get this fight to the ground like all 3 rounds, I assume, to be able to get the decision and stuff. And I don't know. Yeah. He's got good wrestling, but it's not like crazy.
Yeah, so, and then like you said, Fialho is going to have power for all 3 rounds. So I mean, even if he gets taken down twice, I mean, he might get the knockout in the 3rd round. So right. Yeah, Herb Dean said. Herb Dean is the gold standard. Said, does Fialho get drained after getting taken down? Some guys have good striking cardio, but after grappling, their body shuts down. Right. True. And we'll have to find out.
Yeah, we're going to see a little bit of that this fight for sure. The Burn said until Fialho ends up on his back and tired. Right.
Could be for sure. Yeah, like we said, like that's the only reason why I'm kind of a little bit hesitant to pick him here or bet him because of the wrestling. We haven't seen him on the mat. This will be, probably the best wrestler he's fought, maybe in the UFC at least. I don't remember who he fought in the regional scene or whatever, but
right.
But if it's going to be a stand-up, striking match, I mean, Fialho all day here.
Right, and I don't think his takedown defense is that terrible or anything. But
no, I don't think so either. I think it's like at 75%. So
okay.
Let me see. He was taken down once by Piera.
Right, and he's a big dude and good, man. And it was short notice, and I think that was more in like the later rounds too. Artem said Fialho lost to Chris Curtis when he got taken down a few times. He's still on Fialho. Sophie Simpson, what's up? Thanks for joining us. So what's up, fellas? I just touched down. Let's get this paper, yo. Definitely. Effie said Abu Dhabi, I'm on Matthews. Saba, everyone picks Fialho because of his height. Some way that's normal. Matthews is his toughest opponent through his winning streak. Yep. Should be interesting for sure. I thought Baez was super tough to him. Love the Fialho.
He was good in that fight, but then Baez's next fight, I mean, he looked awful. So I mean, that win isn't aging too well, I guess. But I mean, I still think Baez is good. He has good striking and everything, but man, he has no chin.
Right. Yeah. Yep. The Hot Crispy, he said Yuri's going to do bad shit to Glover tomorrow, boys. Trust. That's definitely a huge possibility.
I can see it go either way, man. It was so tough picking one.
Yeah, that's why I just ended up going with some props. Broke Bet said Matthews boxing is good, but Fialho should have the power edge, and he's faced better fighters. Yeah, because Matthews hasn't really I was trying to look, and Miguel Baeza is a better win than any win that Matthews has on his record. His best wins like Jing Liang but I think Bieza would beat up Liang.
That was even like almost a little over 4 years ago when he beat Jing Liang. So
right, yeah.
Yeah, he has, actually, I'm looking at it now. It's not that great.
Right.
Diego Sanchez, Emil Meek, Rostam Achman.
Low level guys.
Yeah, so this is a good test for Matthews too. Let's be honest. Let's not just put that on Fialho. It's going to be a close fight. I think it's going to be a good one. So I'm just waiting for a little bit closer line, and I might jump on it. If not, then I'll just watch this one as a fan. I'm totally fine with that.
Right. Yeah. That's what I'm going to do, because it's going to be a good fight. And like I said, we'll know a lot more on how to bet these guys better going forward. But I'm with you. No bet, but I got Fialho by TKO. Yeah, second or third round. That's what you got.
That's at second, but yeah, basically.
Glover versus Yuri be around 7 a.m. Oh, Saba's got to get up at 7 a.m. Fialho to watch the fight. I remember I had to get up at 3 a.m. to watch one in China before, but it wasn't a pay-per-view. It was just like a fight night, so I don't think he cared as much.
Yeah.
About Better said everyone stands with Fialho. Broke Bet said Matthews has seen it all, including Diego Sanchez flying knee of death. Right. Let's see, Fialho win 90%. Yeah. Matthews last week out. Where's your LA Dodge? He said it. What are the odds?
They're playing the White Sox. Come on, man.
Right. Does anybody know the odds on the fight does not go the distance?
For this one that we were talking about?
Yes. Yep.
I can look real quick. I do not know. I didn't look at that prop or anything, because I don't even know if I would want to play like the over and under. I think it's set at 2.5. Yeah.
It's so risky that I have no clue. Either Matthews is going to hold him down and goes under, wear him out, grind him up against cage, or he's going to get that finish. Yeah, Artem said he don't know why Van Camp's still with Fialho. Big underdog, against Nicholas Mota, though.
So fight doesn't go the distance is -190.
Okay.
So it's not too bad, but I don't think that's a good value for this fight.
Well, Matthews ain't finishing Fialho. He's not finishing him on the ground or standing. So, that's why I can't. I have no bets on this fight. I would say I don't know. Maybe on that you might want to take the plus money. You never know. Jake Matthews don't get finished all that much either. He gets submitted more, but he hasn't fought a puncher this big either.
Yeah. So Fialho's knockout prop is +120. So, that has value. I think that's that's the most solid way out of all the methods of victory that even with Matthews of winning, I think is Matthews by decision maybe, or Fialho by knockout.
Yeah, them would be the two props I would check into, because I guess Fialho could win a long
he could
a decision, but let's move on to fight number 2. I have Ko Young Kang versus Della Bakhtarov, and I'll start this off.
Okay.
This is going to be a good fight. This is a short notice fight. Kang Ho Kang was supposed to fight somebody else. Can't remember right now, but Della came in maybe about 2 weeks ago. 3 weeks ago for this, which is weird because we watched him get knocked out, about 2.5 months ago. He got hit with that spinning back fist and then elbowed out. So it's weird he's coming back. So I can't expect that he was like, after he got knocked out and all that, went right back into another fight camp and stuff. And from what I rewatched the fight with Chris Gutierrez, because live you can't hear the commentators, and we were at good seats, but you can't really see their facial expressions and stuff. And when I rewatched that after like a pretty tough first round, Della was backing up Gutierrez a lot, hit him with some good shots, ended up defending the takedown late, and then slammed Gutierrez and hit him with a bunch of shots. But when I rewatched it on the TV in the second round, it looked like Della had already started slowing down a little bit. Like even before he got hit with that spinning back fist, it looked like he had slowed down. And he's coming in on not a full camp, so that's not going to help him. He's fighting Kang Ho Kang, who actually has good wrestling. He has good jiu-jitsu. He has 10 wins by submission. He's not really a power striker, so you don't have to worry about that. He has 0 KOs in his 17 wins. But he has good wrestling, good chain wrestling, and he'll spam wrestling, and I like that. Good top control, good ground and pound. Is pretty good striking with knees and kicks too. And so I think he's only been knocked out one time in his 26 fights, and that was like 8 years ago by a soccer kick. So I don't feel like he's going to get knocked out, and I don't think he's going to finish Della. But I think Ko Young Kang, man, I think that he's either going to get a decision or maybe possibly a third round finish. But I think that he's going to get a decision. I think there's going to be a lot of grappling here. Dana was grappled by Liang before, and I think that Kang Yo Kang is good at wrestling as him, and he's a little bigger. Kang's going to be 2 inches taller with 3 inches of reach. So I really like Kang. I think he can survive with Dana, and then I think he's going to be able to land some takedowns, and I think Dana will wear out definitely by that second round, and I think he's going to be able to get 2 rounds of good control and be able to strike with him. So I haven't bet. I actually bet the over on this. The over 2.5 rounds. I'll post that betting slip later, but I bet the over on this. I think it's going to go over. I don't think Dana is going to knock out Ko Young Kang. Like I said, only been finished 1 time in 26 fights by knockout. And then Dana, I don't think he's going to get submitted or nothing. So it was minus 125 or 130.
That's what I was looking at.
Yeah, so I put like 180 to win 140. And I like that, man. Both these guys are durable, and it's going to be a good fight. They're in a big cage, so it's not going to cause as much action as that little cage usually causes. So yeah, man, I'm going to take Kang Yo Kang most likely by decision, and then I bet the over. Mm-hmm. But Dana could get a decision too, but I like Kang Yo Kang in this fight.
Yeah. This was one of the fights, man. I kept going. There's a lot of them actually. This card, I just kept going back and forth because. I didn't want to like put too much into the Gutierrez knockout of Dana because I think that was kind of, he wasn't expecting it and just got, caught. But man, I keep going back to the Kang Rani Yaya fight, and holy crap, dude. Kang's fight IQ in that fight, I don't know if it was just maybe he had an off night, but it was awful.
Right.
And with him, he got taken down every time by Rani Yaya, who was he's so much shorter than him and smaller, and then he was just controlled the whole. I think all 3 rounds he was controlled, and right. I know Dana is not going to do that at all. I'm not comparing him that, but it was just the fight IQ. I was just like, man, I don't know if I can trust him, and I think that was like the only thing. I was like, you know what, that's the last straw. It was like 50-50 until that, and I'm like, I'm just going to go with Dana here. Dana has good striking. We know that. He has really good power. He has great counters, and that left hook, I think, is nasty. So if it's going to stand on the feet, I like Dana. I can see him getting out or grappled or wrestled, that's going to be Kang's path to victory. But I think what's his name? I just forgot on the top of my head. Dana, he does have the power to knock out Kang. I know Kang hasn't, like you said, he hasn't been knocked out in a long time, but dude, this guy can crack, and if he does land one, Kang's going down. So I think it's going to happen. I'm gonna say that I think there's going to be a lot of violence in this pay-per-view. I don't know why. Pay-per-views for me, I always remember all of the violence. I don't remember any decisions, usually or none. So I think he's going to get him early in the second round. I think it's going to be a close first round, and then he's going to catch him with something early second. So that's what I'm going to go with. I'm not betting this fight though. It's a close one too. I couldn't find a good angle for any props, so I didn't like any of them anyways. Right.
Yeah, I agree with you. But the thing, that Rani Yaya fight was terrible fight IQ. But like the thing that screwed him in that fight is really he likes to grapple. He likes to wrestle and grapple, and Rani Yaya is just better at wrestling and grappling than him. Yeah. But his takedown defense looked good. But yeah, man, I really do. Dana's on that short notice, and like I said, I already seen him start slowing down after 1 round because we haven't really seen him outside of 1 round. We did one other time, and that's when Liang beat him, and which I don't know if he fully won that, but he was able to take him down in the 3rd round when Dana got tired, and then he had 3 first-round knockouts in a row. And his next fight, when he actually had to go into the second with Gutierrez, man, he looked slower. So because he has good movement, and he throws everything into every punch that he throws. He was missing a lot against Gutierrez, and he took some leg kicks, but still. Yeah, man, I like Ko Young Kang. I like him not short notice. He has a full camp. He's going to be 2 inches taller with 3 inches of reach. So I think that he's going to be able to grapple Dana. I don't think he gets a finish, but I think he is able to grapple him.
Yeah, so I can see that too. It just depends. It's probably Dana by knockout or Kang by finish or the decision. So,
yep. Well, the Hot Crispy said he's been waiting for Yuri to fight for a while, man. I've been waiting to see how he looks again. Mikey said, damn Mongolians. Always trying to destroy my shitty wall. Oh man, Artem making a hot take on the Glover.
Oh man.
Broke Bet said, don't get your hopes up. The hot crispy. Crispy said, oh, I am. Just waiting on it, brothers. Let's see. Flying knee. Artem said flying knee. Broke Bet said, what's up, Broke Bets? Said if Kang has good backwards footwork and uses his jab, he could easily take it in that big cage. That's what I'm thinking. I think he's going to grind a lot of time out with wrestling, because if you watch him fight other people that ain't Ronnie Yaya, he likes to use his wrestling a lot. And I think he's actually going to be able to definitely use this on this one. Herb Dean to go. I played the over for Dana at -125. Herb, I put that bet in yesterday. I bet it big, and I just don't. I mean, like I said, both these dudes are durable. That knockout that Dana took was, you know what I mean? It was just he got hit with some shit he didn't see.
Yep.
Artem said, "All right, guys. Oh yeah, Artem's moving too. So good. I appreciate you showing up, Artem, man. That's
thanks for coming out, man.
For us. Yep. Crispy said Glover is going to be able to control the pace and pressure. Johnny pay-per-view only give out violence. Me having throwbacks at last pay-per-view. Co-main.
Dude, I don't even remember that. I don't even remember that fight. Don't even remember it.
Herb Dean said, how many of these guys are training out of China? Aren't they locked down? Yeah, but I'm sure they're probably letting them. China's like Russia and them with the sports people, dude.
Yeah.
They think that
I was gonna say they let they do what they want over there, so they can say one thing and you might hear something, but you don't know what's going on over there.
Right. All right, we're gonna yes, Saba said Marlon Vera -155 against Cruz. That's gonna be a good fight. I like that fight.
I do like Vera though.
Yeah. Fight number 3 is in the men's featherweight division. We got Sungwoo Choi versus Josh Coodybao, and I'll let you start this one.
Man, you are starting off with the closest fights that I had like the most trouble picking.
There's a lot of them on this card. I know. It's hard to find good spots, really, to be honest.
But like, man, I couldn't bet this one either. But I'm gonna pick Choi because I do think he has the better striking. But if you want a good dog and if you're willing to risk it, like Coodybao is pretty good actually. Like I was kind of impressed watching some of his stuff. He has good striking. He has decent power. He can take it to the mat, but he's mainly a striker, and Choi's not going to take it to the mat. He's going to be boxing all day, but which is good for Choi because if he faces a grappler that has any decent grappling, like he's going to lose. That's just how it is. But this is going to be a really good match on the feet, though. But I got to lean Choi. I think he just has the quicker strikes. His strikes are more straight, and doesn't really have a lot of power. I don't see a knockout. I think this fight will go to the decision. So that's a good bet if you're looking for something to bet this fight, but it's going to be close. But I'm going to go with Choi just because I think he has the little bit more technical striking, and I think he'll be able to outstrike Coodybao.
Right. Yeah, man. I agree with all that. It is a tough fight. But I definitely I like Choi because Choi's 2 inches taller and he's got 1.5 inches of reach. So in the striking, Choi's got crazy Muay Thai striking, man. I like it. He's got good kicks, good knees, good straight punches, good left hook. You've seen him hit Erosa with. The dude's good. He's got KO power. You've seen that last fight. I mean, he let us down against Caceres. And he was beating him up. I don't know what happened. I don't know if he got tired is why he let him just take his back or what.
It was like, I think if I remember correctly, it was like a weird exchange, like on the fence. And then Alex got like on his back somehow and just got a submission real quick. I was like, what the heck just happened?
Right, but it's like how I don't know if it's like he almost just like let him get that rear naked in. It was so quick. You should be able to fight that, a little longer.
It was very disappointing because I did have a bet on him too, and I'm like, are you serious?
Yeah, yeah, man. But Choi's got really good striking, both hands, feet, everywhere, man. His striking's nice. He's got a good clinch up against the cage, good elbows and knees, and he's tough with good cardio. It seems like so. Coodybao, though, like you said, man, he's tough. He's gonna fight for your money. He likes to get the fight to the ground, but he doesn't have good wrestling. You've seen against Jourdain, he tried to take him down a bunch, could not get him down. He did drop him in the first round, which looked good. But then after that, he slowed down a lot. And I think, if he wouldn't have got that knockdown in the first, he definitely lost 2 more rounds and maybe would have lost that first if he hadn't hit that knockdown. But he'll fight for your money. He's pretty good. He's used to being tall and longer than everybody, but Choi's going to have that in this fight. But really good takedown. He's got really good takedown defense, and he's got a really good get-up game. Like, he hops up pretty quick. You've seen against that Norden Beku, who he fought last time. He was taken down a couple times, but was able to get up. But, yeah, man, I think that this is going to be a good striking match. But I just think Choi is going to land the harder shots. I don't think, like you said, I don't think he finishes Coodybao, but he might be able to. I mean, he stunned Alex Caceres, who's real hard to finish with strikes, and he stunned him and almost had him finished a couple times. So I seen Coodybao or whatever get stunned by Jordan, who's a great striker too. But I think this is going to end up standing the whole time with a little bit of punching up against the fence. And I think Sung-Yu Choi is going to be able to hit the harder strikes and win a clear decision. Plus, he'll have the judges on his side, probably, being in Asia. So, and I have him in a parlay with someone we'll get to later. So we both got Choi basically by decision then.
Yeah. I don't have a bet on this one, but if I did, it'd be the over. Or maybe even Choi by decision. But like I said, I think this will be a kind of a close fight. But like you said, the judges might there might be one pre-written scorecard. Let's put it that way.
Right. That's why I bet a lot of the Asian fighters. Herdine,
makes sense.
Yeah, he said Volkanovski on his channel said he was training with Coodybao, so that's good for him. Sophie, Choi all day. I'm with you there. I'm with you. Herdine said Choi has so much potential. He could be the top 15 guy. I think so. His losses are good besides the Caceres, but like Gavin Tucker, Masfar Evelev, them are good. Good.
He needs to work on his grappling defense.
Yeah. It's possible crowd favoritism for Choi as well in Singapore, and swing the judges for sure, man. He said hashtag Asian invasion. The Burns, a card full of pick'ems. I mean, it really was hard to find spots of just a straight money line bet without trying to find some props on this, because the lines could be off in some fights, because this line's off. Like, even though I bet Choi, I put him in a parlay a long time ago, I think he gets the win. He should maybe be minus 160 to 180, 150 to 180, somewhere in there,
I'd be more willing to bet him if he was like 170 or so. But like minus 220 or wherever he's at now, I'm just like, I don't know.
Yeah, because the 150 to 180 is like he'll win 6 or 7 times out of 10,
Yeah,
so
I can see that.
That's more like it. But I do think he gets the win, especially, like I said, goes to the judges, man. we might get some favoritism there. Card full pick'ems. Mike said, just sending out links to your show, homies. Thanks, Mike.
Yeah, appreciate
Mike,
it.
yeah. Mike's awesome dude too. Luke I, he said 5-leg parlay, Fialho, Cape, Allen, Choi, and Jack, 100 to win 700. Dang, that's a nice one. That's good odds too, man. And I like all them. I like them all. Mike said
it can happen for sure.
Houdini, save the what? What does the t-shirt say, my man? Oh, at the bottom, your t-shirt, Joe? Or Johnny?
It says save the chubby unicorn. Which is a rhino, if you can't tell. So
that's funny. I've never seen one of them. Effie, Any Action Sportscast, agree with the Burns. So many fights can go either way. Effie's on a lot of dogs this week. I am too, and he's right, man. And he's got good points on all of them. Everybody go check out Effie's video he just dropped for this UFC too. He's got good stuff on it. Good info, and he's been winning. Herdine, the gold standard. I'm kind of mad at myself for not betting Allen when the lines first opened. Yeah. I mean, it was like minus 210. But
we'll get to that fight, but honestly, I'm scared about that fight, and I'll tell you why when we get up there.
Right. Well, we'll get to this next one. Fight number 4 is in the men's lightweight division. We got Machaev versus Steve Garcia. Let you start this one off.
All right. Well, I was going. You know what? After I looked at some of these fights, because I was kind of, I thought it was a toss-up when I first looked at it, but then I did a little bit more research. I actually like Steve Garcia to win this one. I think he's going to be the more well-rounded fighter. He has good wrestling. He has good striking. He's just solid everywhere. He's not amazing at one thing, but he's fought the better competition. He has more experience than Machaev, but Machaev is pretty decent. He has good striking. He's just kind of low volume. His striking defense isn't that great either. And I'm trying to see if I can remember if he was good on the ground. But like I said, I think Garcia is going to be good, the better wrestler by far. And I think that as long as he mixes in a couple takedowns and doesn't keep the fight standing for all the fight, he'll win this one easily. But man, if it's going to be on the feet, though, it's going to be a little bit closer. But I still like Garcia because he throws a little bit more volume, like I said. And I just think he's going to come out in the end. It's going to give him trouble. So I think he'll win by decision.
Right.
I got him in a parlay leg though.
Do you? Okay.
Yeah, I'm pretty confident in him. I think I got him at -155, and I think he's close to like -180 now.
Yeah, that's a good line for sure. Yeah, both these dudes are big for the lightweight division. They're both 6 foot. Steve's got a 73-inch reach, so he's going to have a 1.5-inch reach, where Machete is 71.5. This fight should be good when it's standing. You've seen Steve Garcia get hurt a little bit against Charlie Ontiveros, but to be honest, Charlie Ontiveros is actually like a good striker. That's what he does, is like Taekwondo guy. So he got hit with some weird kicks and stuff. But I don't know if that necessarily means he has a weak chin, because he's looked good in his other fights and other organizations and stuff. But yeah, Machete, if you watch his first fight, he fought a Russian dude, and he got taken down a lot and controlled a lot in that fight. He's young. He's only like 22 years old, I believe. He's got good striking. He's got good boxing. I read something where he was like a Chinese boxing champ or something like that, like something with boxing. But he's got nice body kicks with both legs, really nice clinch and knees in the clinch, and flying knees you've seen on Dana White's Contender Series. He has some pretty good striking. The thing is, though, is going to be his takedown defense. And I think when him and Steve Garcia are striking, it's going to be good. But I think Steve Garcia is going to have a little bit better striking, because he's just more experienced. He's fought way tougher opponents. Machete had the only guy he fought with a winning record, has a win over with a winning record, was the guy on Dana White's Contender Series. Before that, all the guys he fought were bums. And I'm not really sure that the dude he fought on the Contender Series was all that good. So I'm with you, man. I think Steve Garcia is going to have the better wrestling, the better jiu-jitsu, and possibly even the better striking. But the way I bet this is I ended up betting the under 2.5 rounds, because I think Machete's main way to win is by knockout. You know, he's going to have to knock Steve out, and he has got good striking. He's got some finishes on his record. And then if he's not able to do that, Steve Garcia, you've seen the Machete get hurt on the Dana White Contender Series, and the guy he fought was a little bit smaller than him too, a lot smaller. But yeah, man, he got hurt on the Contender Series, and I could easily see Steve Garcia finishing him standing. But if Garcia is able to take him down, he's really good on the ground. He's got a lot of pressure. He's got good ground and pound and good subs. So I really think that he's going to kind of expose this kid's wrestling and grappling in this fight. So yeah, man, I bet the under on this, and I got that mixed in with another prop bet for later on. But yeah, I'm gonna take Steve Garcia, and I'm gonna take him by finish in that first or second round even.
I like that. So I'm gonna go over real quick. I was just looking at the Machete's record, or opponent's record. So he beat a 0-1 guy, a 10-12 guy, an 0-0 guy, an 0-2 guy, a 10-15 guy, an 0-2 guy, and then, like you said, his last fight was against a guy that was 7-0. But that was all on the regional scene. Like that, those wins were all regional. Like there's no
right. And to be honest, even on the Contender Series, the guy that he beat with a winning record, he got dropped and hurt real bad in that first round, and that dude went for the kill. And I think he just blew his load, because after that, I mean, the dude was a lot more tired and stuff. And I wasn't all that impressed with the Machete guy. I wasn't impressed with the Achilles guy fought either. But I think Steve Garcia, man, fought great competition and stuff. I think he's going to be able to get this win. And
he's just a solid guy. He's one of those like grinders. Like he's going to fight for your money, if you want to say. Like he doesn't do anything super amazing, but he does everything really good. Like he's going to be that guy. It's like he's going to grind on you and, go 3 rounds. He can go 3 rounds all day. You know what I mean? Yeah.
And he's looking for the finish at all titimes. That's what I like about Steve. Both these guys are looking for finish. They throw finishing power shots and stuff. But yeah, man, Steve Garcia is definitely always looking for finishes. Effie at Any Section Sportscast, another striker versus grappler here, in my opinion. He said, I like Garcia, but I don't know if I'll have action. Yeah, I see that.
I mean, right now, the lines, I mean, I don't think I would touch him at -180, though.
Right.
That's just me, though. I got him at -155, and I was pretty cool with that.
Right. Jason Ward, what's up, man? What's up, Jason? He said, what do you guys think about the Sanford MMA parlay? Andre, Fialho, Brandon Allen, Manel Cape. I love that. +240 is a good line, too.
Yeah.
Effie agrees. Luke, do you guys bet any other sports than UFC? I only bet UFC.
I bet a little bit of like football, basketball, baseball, but nothing like I do UFC. Like that's my number one betting, but I'll just throw in like $20 here and there on certain. Like tonight, I have a bet on Golden State. Just kind of make it interesting. Yeah. Golden State should win it, and I got it at +130. I mean, you're gonna give me plus money on going to be the winner of the NBA Finals. Yeah, I'll take it.
Right. Yeah. Herb said, this is my only point spread bet on the card. I bet Machete at plus 3.5 because I think he can win. But I even think if he loses, he can get around with some possibly. That's a good bet.
He can probably get one round. I can see maybe the first round or second.
Right. The Burn said, is that Billy Hoyle? Yeah, that definitely is Billy Hoyle, man. That's one of my favorite. I love Woody Harrelson. And Billy Hoyle, that movie White Man Can't Jump. Heard said Machete fighting out of Shanghai camp. They haven't had a great track record for developing their fighters. Definitely.
Well, what event was it where they had like 5 Chinese fighters and all of them lost? I think it was
the first one back live.
Rose.
Yeah, that was the first one they had back live in Jacksonville. I think that was Usman and the main one might have been like Usman and Masvidal.
Oh yeah,
I believe.
Okay.
But that was the first live event in Florida after COVID. But no, they didn't. Every single one of them got beat that night. 5 of them,
and they all lost. So I was like,
even Weili Zhang did. Yeah. Yep. So, Mike said huge applause for the matchmakers this week. You guys won too much money. Yep. FA Bay Area. Let's go, Johnny. Dubs got it this week. Shit. Yeah. That's a good series they got.
Yeah, I think Golden State will take it. That first game was a fluke, dude. They should have won, and I had money on them in the first game, so I was mad.
And they were winning. Like my buddy bet him at work, and he asked me. He was working across from me. He's like, he forgot his phone up at his other job, and he's like, what's the score in that? And I told him, and it was Boston was up by 8. He's like, what? He's like, check that again. He was like, Golden State was just up by 8.
Yeah, they were winning by like 15, almost 20 at one point, and they lost. They only scored like 10 points in the fourth quarter.
Oh wow,
it was insane.
Yeah. All right. I like Golden State to win. Let's go to fight number 5. We got Jocelyn Edwards versus Ramona Pascual. I'll start this one off. This is going to be like a pretty good girls fight because both these girls are scrappers. They both got good striking. They're both very tough. But I think that if anybody takes this fight to the ground, it's going to be Ramona Pascual. You've seen that she looked pretty decent wrestling. It was more like frantic wrestling because she was getting hurt by Nunes last fight, but still she looked pretty good with some double legs and stuff. So I think she'll have the grappling advantage, but Jocelyn Edwards has got really good kickboxing. She's got decent offensive BJJ and defensive. Like she's hit some arm bars. She's real active, but she's got terrible wrestling defense, terrible takedown defense. She's got good sweeps on the ground because she's got real long legs, but she's just real athletic, got nice, good punches, nice long punches too. Likes to catch people at the end of them, but good power. She's not really knocking anybody out like crazy, but man, I just don't like that she can be taken down so easy. Ramona Pascual, though, I don't know if she's going to use that route. She didn't show the greatest fight IQ in her last fight because she only tried that when she was getting hurt. She was standing and just throwing bombs. It was cool watching it, but she was just standing throwing bombs with Nunes. And by the second round, that damage started catching up to her and she was getting hurt real bad. But she got pretty good striking, pretty good punches. She's got good stepping knees and stepping elbows. Like she does have a good array of striking. Decent double leg takedown and decent BJJ. She's kind of heavy on top, but she's got good ground and pound. She was able to hold Nunes down for a while. Nunes had real good BJJ too. But man, she's got good leg kicks. I think that this is going to be a good striking match. I think that Edwards is going to have the speed advantage on the feet and probably is going to be able to beat up Ramona on the feet. And then Ramona is going to probably shoot for some takedowns, man. And I don't think she'll be able to get swept as easy as some of these other girls with Edwards. So I don't know. This is super, super close fight. I'm actually going to pick Jocelyn Edwards by decision or by armbar. I'm going to say that either she wins the striking decision or she's able to maybe hurt Ramona at some point. She does some crazy wrestling, shoots in a lazy takedown, and maybe gets armbar because Edwards has a couple armbars on her record. So I'm not betting this fight. I'm staying far away from it. But give me Edwards by decision or armbar.
Yeah, I got Edwards here too. I think she's going to be the better striker, but like you said, the biggest red flag for Edwards is her takedown defense, and that's what I'm worried about. But she does work to get back up. She doesn't just accept being on her back. That's the one good thing. Hopefully she worked on her takedown defense after that last fight because it was awful. But she, like I said, with Pascual though, she has good striking. She has decent wrestling. I just don't think she's that great, unfortunately. But she can totally, if she can get some, like at least in the first 2 rounds. If she can get like just on top control for the whole rounds and win those, she could win it. She could win this by decision. Definitely. Because that's all she needs to do. But Pascual does fade as the fight goes on. But I don't know if that was because it was a short notice fight in her last fight, and she was up a weight class as well. So that's something to think about. Yeah. But like you said, Edwards is going to be quicker on the feet. I think she's going to probably have better sweeps and scrambles when she's on her back, if she gets on her back. So we'll see. This is a close fight, like you said, but the only bet I have on this is the over 2.5. Because I'm going back to the well. Yeah. The women's fights are going over this week, except Liang. That's it.
Right. Oh,
and Valentina, but we'll get to that too. Sorry.
Right. Yeah, man. No, I agree with all that. And I think it goes to decision. I think both these girls are tough. If I don't see Ramona finishing Edwards anywhere. And if Ramona was taking that beating from Nunes, she can take Edwards beating. So that's a good bet, man. I like that bet.
Yeah, the over is the way to go. I think 2.5. I think that's an easy money. Unless something weird happens again. Who knows?
Right. Yeah, Herb Dean said I finally got around to watching Uncut Gems. Shit gave me anxiety the whole way through. I love it. That's my painting with Adam Sandler. That's one of my favorite Adam Sandler movies. Because, hey man, as bettors, have you seen it, Johnny?
No, I haven't actually.
Oh, you got to see it, dude. It's about sports betting, and he's just like he's like me back before. Well, I wasn't that bad, but like before I just started putting my bets in at the casino and stuff. Because he's like betting everything, all these props, and that's what I do when I bet online. It's just like I'll be betting a lot of stuff. So, but it's really it's Adam Sandler, and it's like a drama. But it's shot really cool. It's like in New York City with all this stuff, and I really like that. I'm glad you checked that out.
I'll have to check it out. Yeah, for sure.
Yep. Houdini, Jędrzejczyk ain't ready to face for a face makeover now. Nope. Mikey, here we go. Herb Dean said, big soccer mom can lay on her, so I think it's dog or pass. I question her fight IQ because she should have tried more wrestling in Nunes fight, right? But she's out of the same camp as Jessica Rose Clark. Thick soccer mom, he said. Saba, Johnny, we not betting on Liverpool game anymore.
No.
Okay. Effie, any action sportscast, Edwards way better on the feet, but gets taken down by a gust of wind, right?
That's what it is.
This is the burns. This is gonna be a sloppy 15 minutes. That's the best way you could describe this, dude. Because
over 2.5. Over.
Right. I get it to Edwards because she probably has a little better striking is the favorite, but this should be kind of more close to a pick'em because if you're really 100% sure like this person's gonna win, it's hard to be that way on this fight to be like I know, you know what I mean? Like where a lot of other fights. Glover Yuri, Jason Ward. We'll get to that.
We'll get there.
Mikey said boxers going up in weight to fight thick. TED Talks. Yeah, the Pascual does TED Talks, dude. Like that girl is like a genius too. Like her, yeah. So,
is this a featherweight fight or is it a bantamweight?
No, bantamweight. They're fighting at 135 for this. Two lost in a row on a.
135. Okay.
Glover Yuri.
I would say this is a featherweight fight. I feel. I don't know. Yeah. Edwards might lose this one if that's the case.
Right. Sophie Simpson. Oh yeah. Wait, no. Edwards been fighting at 135 because that's what Rose Clark and them's at, right?
Let me look.
Yeah, that's what Jessica Rose Clark's at is 135, and then she fought Carol Rosa.
It says featherweight.
They're fighting at 145 for this one.
Yeah, I didn't know that. I thought it was bantam.
Yeah, I did too.
Well, I'm still going Edwards, but not liking it more. I still like the over 2.5 though.
I didn't see that. So Sophie Simpson, she said, I hate picking those. I hate them both. I hate picking those kind of fights. Yep. It's tough. I mean, you can't feel confident on either side. Broke bets at Mike Myers. She's super thick. Mike, he said, wham, wham. Luke, who you guys liking that? Jake Paul, Tommy?
I like know boxing. But...
Bro, I was going to bet the last time they was going to fight, I was going to bet Tommy Fury. I'm still going to bet it. He was like only like minus a little bit of money, and I was going to lay the hammer on him because he actually knows how to box, and he's as big as Jake Paul. He's going to beat up Jake Paul, dude. Like, Jake Paul could barely beat Tyron Woodley, who's so much smaller than him. Like, their first fight was a draw, or like a split decision. And like Tyron Woodley's a wrestler that don't have a jab or nothing. You know what I mean? Like Tommy Fury
doesn't throw strikes at all.
Yeah, even if you're the worst Fury brother, dude, you're still gonna have enough to beat Jake Paul, just because he's actually knows how to throw a jab and he actually knows how to box. So yeah, man, I definitely like Tommy Fury in that. Abel Polanco, what's up, man? Thanks for joining us. Throw
that in there.
Yeah, that is actually one of my parlay pieces. Herb Dean, the GOAT, Sandra Yo Pascual is for sure heavier in the octagon than Edwards.
She's gonna be for sure.
Definitely.
Wrestling, but her cardio can go. Like I'm telling you, the last fight with Nunes, it was a featherweight. I remember because it was supposed to be Bantam, I think, for Nunes but it was a short notice fight. But yeah, she looked real thick. Let's put it that way.
Thicker than a cold bowl of mashed potatoes, man. Let's get to fight number 6. We got Brendan Allen versus Jacob Malkoun, and I will let you start this one.
Oh, man, these are my 2 boogeymen. I'm telling you, dude. Every time I bet Brendan Allen, dude, he loses. Every time I bet against Malkoun, he wins. So this is like the boogeyman fight for me. I got no action at all. So I'm going to say Brendan Allen wins. I do think he is the better fighter. He has the better grappling submissions. I do think he has the better striking as well, but Malkoun's takedowns, he's relentless. Like he will not give up. If he wants that takedown, he will get that takedown. And he has good cardio, and well, he has something else that's good, and I can't think of it right now. But he's okay. He's
BJJ.
He's got good BJJ too. So the only thing that this is what I was gonna say. Brendan Allen's chin is a little questionable though. So, but I don't think Malkoun's like boxing is that great. I don't think he'll be able to knock him out by any means. It's not like Chris Curtis power or anything like that. But because Chris Curtis has that one punch power, dude. That's another one. We'll get there when he comes back. But I'm gonna go with Brendan Allen. I think this fight will get to the mat at one point, whether if it's Malkoun on top or Brendan Allen just gets on his back or something. I think he's going to get a submission maybe later in the fight, like late second or in the 3rd round. So it's going to be a weird fight. I'm staying away. Like I said, these are my 2 boogeymen, and I'm just not touching it. So
yeah, I'm with you on that. I can't seem to bet Brandon Allen right, and then I bet Malkoun the last 2 times. I bet him against Al Hazak, and I bet him against AJ Thompson. Man, I love them big odds on him because Malkoun is good, but it's tough because it's like, where can Malkoun win this fight? To be honest, like he's got decent boxing. He's got a pro boxing match, a couple of them, but he's a wrestler. He's Rob Whitaker's wrestling coach and training partner. But man, his wrestling is really good. His boxing's okay. He's definitely not going to have better striking than Allen. It's just and he's going to be able to take Allen down if he wants to. It's just the problem is Allen is so dangerous on the ground. So it's like, I don't really see a way that Malkoun can win this. Like, obviously he can take him down and grind him out like he's been doing to other people. But man, that's so risky. You've seen Allen grab up a heel hook on Carl Robertson. But I was watching some of Malkoun's fights, and I go back and he does have good jiu-jitsu. But he hasn't been fighting other jiu-jitsu guys. But as far as his transitions, the way he's been able to hold these dudes down and stuff, I really like that. The line is crazy, but I really do see anywhere this fight's at. I see Brandon Allen being able to beat him up, standing up, and then I do see if it goes to the ground, all it's going to take is one sweep from Brandon Allen. Like he choked out Kevin Holland, who's a legit black belt. He was able to sweep Tom Breeze, who's a black belt, and then pound him out. He's got some other submission wins too. He choked out Sam Alvey, but that was more after a shot.
Wasn't that like a club and sub?
Yeah, more after a big shot. And then, like I said, Carl Robertson, he's got some good submissions, but man, I think it's Brandon Allen. I don't want to bet it because I don't want to bet Brandon Allen, and then he comes out and he gets taken down and controlled, and Malkoun stays safe the whole time and keeps his head buried in his chest on top in the guard and hits him with some shots, and like you said, or even just hits Brandon Allen with a weird shot because Brandon Allen's chin is kind of suspect.
He's a little suspect, yeah.
So I'm going to take Brandon Allen by heel hook or leg lock like in round 2, but I'm not betting this fight at all. And if I did, I would probably wait for this line to keep going up and throw something on Malkoun because I really do think that he's worth it because he could come out. Malkoun's not a bad fighter at all, man. He's like, no, it's just his path to victory is the way that Brandon Allen loves to win with the submission. So
yeah, that's exactly what I said. I think Brandon Allen will win by some like weird heel hook or like knee bar or something. It's going to be like a weird submission because
Malkoun out of a scramble.
Yeah, because Malkoun's pretty good on top. Like he has a good submission defense, I think, but it's going to be something that he's not going to expect, and that's like something he won't. Is a heel hook or a knee bar, like a quick one.
Right, get caught in some scramble, or like I said, it will not be good if Brandon Allen gets on top of Malkoun. By like the 2nd round or something, if he sweeps him, he's got way better ground and pound and all that. So yeah, we're both on Brendan Allen by submission, I think. Herb Dean said I sprinkled a very small amount on Malkoun plus over and Malkoun by decision, but I fully expect Allen to win. I can't blame you. It's not a bad bet, man, because I'm sure the odds on that's crazy.
Brendan Allen's minus 300 right now.
Abel Polanco, what's up, Abel? He said battle of the weak chins. Mike Mars said nobody noticed Malkoun learned the art of the punch. Better have the 3-inch punch for this, but his striking, like his boxing ain't too bad. But man, that one shot from Phil Hawes, dude, I lost a lot of money on Razak Al Hassin after that because I just assumed that Malkoun couldn't take a punch, and he just, you know what I mean. And then he came out and just dogged him. Broke bets. Dobson's ground game couldn't match up with Malkoun. I think Allen's will be a lot better. Broke bets also said Allen finished only minus 330. Malkoun ain't finishing him. That's for sure. Good parlay piece. Effie said Allen should be way bigger too. Yeah, he is. 5 inches of height and 2 inches of reach.
Yep.
Sophie said, I got Allen all day. I like that. Saba already told Johnny about this. Brendan Allen is my lock of the week. Brendan loves the sub. He loves the KO. Probably not this time. And one against good names, Dawkins. That was the other one is Dawkins, who he rolled around with, who he's a black belt, and he rolled around with him. So
I actually would say I think Dawkins' BJJ is better than Allen's, but if he didn't get submitted and he won, I mean, that's right. Look, that's good.
Right. But man, if Jacob Malkoun can stay safe, dude, he's gonna look like $500 here because he minus 500 because he's just gonna take Allen down, and he can land the takedowns. His single leg is sick, man. His single leg trips, double legs, all that is sick. So
and he works against the cage. Like he'll get you up against the cage and he'll just keep going until he gets that takedown. Right. He does not care.
He's going to beat a lot of people. The only people that's really going to beat him is if somebody really has way better wrestling than him, or a jiu-jitsu guy like this, man, because that's his bread and butter to take him down. But we don't know how good his jiu-jitsu is. You know what I mean? Maybe Malkoun's got really good. He's been grappling, obviously. So like maybe he's got really good jiu-jitsu too. Obviously he's not subs because he didn't sub Al-Hazak or Dobson, but he's good on the ground. But yeah, man, I'm with Allen too. He said, heel hook. If it happens, I'm going to lay an egg in my living room. Rick James, right? Rick James, what's up? Jacob Malkoun by first round club. What's up? Maybe. I mean, Brendan Allen's chin's been tested before. Suspect chin. Yep. So, all right. We'll move on to this next fight. Fight number 7, which we already got about 3/4 of the way done. We got Silvia Gomez Juarez versus Liang Na. Gomez Juarez is she's sitting at about minus 150 right now still, I believe.
I think so, yeah.
Pretty decent favorite. With her, she's got really good boxing. She's 37 years old, though, so obviously that's never going to help you in this sport. Really good boxing. She got 5 wins by strikes, 2 wins by armbar, but only 4 of her wins out of her 10 come against people with winning records. So she's fought a lot of bums. She's got really good power in her right hand. She's got suspect takedown defense, suspect submission defense, and her right arm was about ripped off by Demopoulos. It looked like it looked like she might have hurt her arm pretty good too, but she's just really like a good power puncher. She's like a brawler with a good power punch. Excuse me. Liang, man.
There we go. That's gonna help. I know it.
Right. Someone's got to. I don't know what the heck. But Liang Na, man, 19-5. She's not bad. She's gonna be a little bigger here. She's gonna have 2 inches of height and 4.5 inches of reach on Gomez, which is definitely gonna help. Decent striking, but it's wild. But she does have pretty good power striking, some straight punches a little bit. Her and Carnelossi was going back and forth with some wild stuff in that fight. She's got pretty good wrestling. I liked her wrestling. She was taking down Carnelossi pretty easy, but we might come to find out that was just maybe she has no takedown defense because who is that? The Loopy? What she did to her last time.
Well, Loopy is amazing.
She really is. Yeah. But yeah, man, now she's got excellent BJJ. She's got a ton of finishes on her record. She's got 10 first round all of her 19 wins are by finish. She's got 10 subs and 9 by KO. And then 10 subs are all in the first round. Very strong with excellent top control. And like I said, last fight with Carnelossi, she was able to get into a lot of good positions with Carnelossi. She just was not able to find the finish, but Carnelossi's a legit black belt. That is the opposite of what Gomez is. She is a white belt, it looks like.
A legit no belt.
Yeah, she can't. She's not defending anything. She's been in the UFC. She's fought twice. She's been armbarred in the first round twice. Liang Na, her arm bars are phenomenal. I think that she's going to get this fight down. Even if Gomez Juarez is able to get up one time, I think she'll be able to get this fight back down. And any time that she puts Juarez in a bat, and like I said, with Na being a lot bigger, 2 inches of height, 4 inches of reach, when she's able to get her down, she's going to be able to take an arm or something. She's getting the finish. And Liang Na, if you go look at her losses, they're pretty good losses. She lost to the one girl that Karine Silva guillotined on the Dana White Contender Series that was like 20-2. Good losses, man. I'm going to take Liang Na in that first round as an underdog. I bet her at 1 unit at plus 155. I really do think that she gets the takedowns. Anytime she's in a good position, side control, mount, any of that, she's going to take an arm. She's going to get a submission. So, I got Liang Na by first round sub.
Yeah. You basically said it here. There's no reason why Liang should be the underdog here because all she needs is one takedown, and she can definitely get it early. Like you said in the Carnelossi fight, that fight was intense for like 2 minutes. I was like, there's still 3 minutes left in this round. I feel like I just watched a whole fight because it was that crazy.
Yeah.
But she did gas herself out. But man, there's no way that Gomez is going to be able to defend all of that if she even does the same thing. There's no way.
Right.
So yeah, Gomez is the better striker, but it's not going to be on the feet. It's going to be on the mat very quickly, and armbar right after that, or like a rear naked choke or something like that. So I bet Liang. I got plus 140 because you sniped that early. And I also play the under 1.5 at plus 120
I like that.
because Gomez Juarez, like let's say, she does catch Liang when she comes in. This fight's not getting out of the first round no matter what.
I don't think so at all.
Because Liang can gas herself out again. She can get a submission. Gomez can get a knockout in the first round, maybe early second. Like under 1.5. Like I usually don't like playing the under 1.5, but I think this is a very good one, especially at plus money. So I took that one too. So
yeah, I like that. Like you said, because Liang Na, that's the only thing. She does really only got 1 round of cardio. That's all she's going to need here. But if she comes out, if she gasses herself out in the first, doesn't get the finish, they come out in the second. They got to stay standing. Gomez is going to knock her out.
Yeah.
So I like that over or under bet. I'm with you on that, and I see a finish, man. I'm with nah. Broke Bet said Alateng gets Malkoun pregnant in round 2, and her Dean records it. We got Ice Viking in here.
What up, Ice?
I don't know if this dude, he's on Tapology. Everybody should go follow him and look at his picks if you want to make bets, because this dude is a legend. Like literally, I think he went 13-1 this week. He might even went 14-14, but I believe he lost the Trezano one too. But yeah, man, he really knows what he's talking about. He's real good. He said he got Allen at minus 220 before he got out of hand. That's an excellent line right there. Fade the bum beater. Yeah, Effie said so. Fade Juarez. Rick James at Broke Bets. That's illegal. Dana White voice. Herb said if she doesn't get subbed, she's basically a lock to win, in my opinion. Much better striker with power. Her opponent has no cardio after one. Yeah, but her ground is so terrible.
I know, it's so bad.
Jason Ward, I usually win more on pay-per-views because I get pretty drunk and bet spare of the moment. Yeah. I like pay-per-views because I like betting the veterans, dude. I like betting 2 veterans that we know what we're going to get. This guy wrestles. He's going to come out and wrestle. We don't know by a veteran, he's fought 10 times. He's got bad fight IQ. Like, so much easier in getting these people that are debutantes like freaking Trezano and what's his name? And Almeida comes out and just looks so good, man. But Gomez getting cut after another first round sub. Yep. I've got Liang first sub. I got Liang first round sub. The Burns, Liang with 10 subs is a dog to someone who loves it. Exactly. That's why it didn't even make no sense. And my boy James and his wife Amy. Hey, what's up, guys? Cody and Johnny are awesome. You're awesome, man. You guys are awesome.
Yeah, thanks for coming
every single week. Yeah. The Burns Carnelossi fight ruled. If Liang can control her stamina, she's going to be a problem. That's true. And she's like 19 wins, 19 finishes. This is just like Karine Silva last week with 14. James said, I think Gomez does get cut after, third Ross in a row. Nah, by armbar, hopefully.
I'll take any submission.
So Ice Viking did. He went 13 or 12-1, 10, 11-1, something like that last week. And but picked some great ones, man. Dirty Reg, what's up, man? Free pick of Juarez here. Dirty Reg is in the chat.
Just on the Juarez side.
The first fight we did was Matthews and Fialho, and we both picked Fialho, but without confidence. Like no.
I mean, I like Fialho, but I'm not gonna bet it.
Right. D'Amato probably made the lines and got to give the fight to Juarez. Right, because it don't make sense, man.
Yeah.
And Ice Viking said, "Thanks for the shout out, but I'm just learning from great cappers like you guys. Appreciate all you all do, gents. No problem, man. Appreciate you too. Yeah, man. Like I said,
I'm still learning.
Yeah,
I learned from everybody else too. So.
Yep, you got to get a bunch of different opinions because people are going to see everybody's brains works different, and like some people's going to see different part of the fight you're not even thinking about, which I wish I had sometimes because there ain't nothing worse too than betting against somebody that has a clear path to victory and the motherfuckers find that path. You're like, that's like what you know what I mean. You're like that. Well, they could do this, but they're not gonna. And they go in there and do that.
You're like, I knew that, but I just didn't do it.
Shouldn't have bet against somebody with a path. I guess
that's why I'm not touching Brendan Allen versus Malkoun.
Right, Malkoun, and man, Malkoun's he's like the freaking little Australian Khabib, dude, for real, with his wrestling cardio and pace. But man, he's got to watch them knees and legs. Dirty Red said free pick and Fialho got scared off betting him here. Think he gets wrestled, right? Man, that's gonna be a tough fight. All right, here we go, and you get to start this one off, man. Fight number 8 is in the men's welterweight division. We got Jack Della, Maddalena versus Ramazan Emeev.
Yeah, I am all over Jack Della. Man, he is good. I really like his striking, his boxing. The best part, like when I watch him fight, is he doesn't throw his punches at 100%, and he throws them maybe at like 75, 80%, and he's super accurate, and he leaves marks on everyone's faces with those punches. Like I've never seen him throw it like 100%, like just winding up and throwing and knocking somebody out. Like he'll piece you up, and he'll land that shot eventually. Like that's the best part I like about him, but. Emeev's a wrestler. He has decent wrestling. That's what he's known for. He doesn't have a lot of knockouts in his career, I don't believe. Maybe like one, if that. He's mainly a decision guy, or he gets submissions. But the question here in this fight, though, is Jack going to be able to negate the takedowns? And I think that's what Emeev's game plan is. He's going to go in there and try to get takedowns early. But if Jack can at least stuff some of the takedowns, or work himself back up. I just don't know how his ground game is going to be when he's on his back. That's the only thing that's worrying me, but I think he can definitely knock out Emeev here. Like Emeev's striking's not that great. He's kind of hittable as well. He tends to fade as the fight goes on too. So if he's wrestling a lot in the first round and Jack just survives, maybe in the second or third round even, Jack can get a knockout. Like he can get a knockout throughout the whole fight here. So I really like Jack here. I just bet him at minus 130.
That's a good line.
So I got 1.5 units on it just to win a little bit over 1. So I just like him a lot personally. And I think he can win this fight too. Emeev should have won his last fight against Roberts because I had a bet on Emeev and I was so mad.
Right.
So I'm not putting that in effect here, but I just think Jack's way better than Roberts. So it's not. I don't think it's going to be that close. Let's put it that way.
Right. Man, I'm with you on that, dude. Jack Della, he's 10 years younger. He's 25. Ramazan's 35. So I definitely like that. Yeah. This dude's been fighting like his whole life. Like he had the thing that really sold me on Jack Della is that he comes from not only a boxing background, but he has a judo background. That's why his grappling looked pretty good. Even on the Contender Series fight, he hasn't showed much of it in the regional scene. He's been taken down maybe a couple times, but he's a brown belt in jiu-jitsu, I believe, and he's got pretty good judo, and he's physically strong. Like the dude, you can tell he's in shape. It's like you said, he's throwing them punches, hooks, all that, and he's throwing like 60-70%. and just touching the people. He's got to have heavy hands, man, because these people, like you see their face, like you said, they're just marked up quick. He's got excellent striking, dude. He's going to have a 1-inch height advantage, and he's going to have a 4.5-inch reach advantage. So anytime they're standing, he's going to have a big advantage. I mean, Ramazan Emeev's not terrible at striking, but he's just slower, and he strikes like a Russian wrestler. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Well, and not really like a great one. Like, but he's not terrible. He can survive a little bit, even though he was kind of getting pieced up by Stoltze when they was standing. But yeah, man, I think that Jack Della being a little bit bigger, younger, stronger, in Ramazan has not looked good in the UFC, to be honest. Like it's David Zawada. He went to split decision with him, who's terrible. He got beat by Cowboy Oliveira, you know, his last fight. He went with the Stoltze fight. That was close back and forth. And even if he won or lost the Danny Roberts fight, you shouldn't be going that close with Danny Roberts. You should be out there like Francisco Trinaldo, just putting him down. So I'm not impressed with him at all. And I know when he was younger, about 8 years ago, he has some pretty decent wins back then. But you know what I mean? That's when he's 27 and in his prime. So he hasn't showed me anything. And Jack Della Maddalena seems like he's going to be a real problem in this division. So I think that he's going to, with his judo background and his BJJ, because that's another thing with Ramazan. He's able to get takedowns. He doesn't have the best BJJ to hold the people down. So, and that's why he gets tired, because they keep getting up and he's trying to take him down because he really don't want to strike with them. But this time he's in there with a dude that's going to be able to wrestle with him, get up from his takedowns. And then anytime that they get up, this guy's going to be able to punish him real good, like Stoltze wasn't able to do. Because Stoltze, you seen his last fight, he gets taken down, terrible get up game. He'll lay there and accept it. But yeah, man, I'm all over it with you, man. I got Jack Della Maddalena. I got him at -120, put 2.4 units to win 2. And I can't wait to see what the future is going to hold for this kid, to be honest. So
he looks real good.
And if he comes out and gets wrestled down for 3 rounds and held down by a 35-year-old Emeev, I will be shocked. Like I will be utterly shocked. So yeah, man. I think everything looks good for Jack Della Maddalena in this fight.
I mean, that's a good point that you said too. Emeev doesn't have the best like control on when he's on top. Like he lets his opponents get up pretty easily, and which is, I think that's what happened in the Roberts fight, and it probably just weared him out.
Well, see, he's like the old Russian guys where he has the good takedowns, but he doesn't have the jiu-jitsu. Like the new guys are getting better at that. It's like Khabib. When Khabib fought Abel Trujillo, he set the takedown record at like 21 or 22 takedowns in a fight. But that just shows you that he wasn't able to hold him down. You know what I mean? He's taking him down, but he's getting right back up. And then you've seen later in his career and then Khabib would take him down and beat him up, you know, get the Dagestani handcuff and ground and pound him. What'd you see him do later in his career? He took Gaethje down. He took Poirier down. He had his jiu-jitsu was phenomenal, and he just choked him out. There was no more wasting time, none. And that's why Islam is as good as he is now, because he's got that jiu-jitsu with his wrestling. And when them Russian dudes add that wrestling and they get like black belt in jiu-jitsu, they're gonna be freaking tough to stop.
Yeah,
like because you get taken down one time and now you're just getting choked out, arm broke, whatever. Like, but yeah, man. This is going to be a great fight, but I want to see Jack Della win this, and I don't want to see Emeev beat some good prospect. We don't need no more.
Yeah, we don't need that.
Dirty Red said to me, you're either on the right side or the wrong side of the line. I'm beyond thinking of good terms of bat. Yeah, if you're beating the line movement and all that, and then it's just up to the fighters after that. Let's see, Herb Dean, the gold standard. We got to go around to every fight camp gym and plant a bug so we can listen to the There's probably already people doing that. I think TJ Dillashaw. Weren't they saying like Dillashaw was spying on Sandhagen or something like that?
Oh boy, we don't put it past him.
Yeah, he's a cheater, dude. He's tough as hell. But the Burn said Maddalena's hands and movement are too slick. Rick James said, "Come smoke that sticky icky with your boy Rick James." I'd definitely do that as Rick James, bitch. Herb Dean, the gold standard. Maddalena is so much fun to watch. He is. I mean, dude's built for fighting. Look at his face. He don't care about his nose is messed up. None of that.
Nope, he's
built. James said, Jack Della all the way, guys. Think he is TKO. That's what I'm thinking too on round 2 or 3. Yep. Dirty Reg. I love Maddalena's hands like the rest of you, but he can start to slow to me, and the takedowns for me, they could play a role. They could. Man, Emeev slows too. And if he's got to try to wrestle this big, strong kid down a couple times, dude, it's going to take a lot out of him. And that 10 years, he's 35, man. At 27, this would be we'd be capping this fight different. But
for sure.
Yep. Jack Della to the moon. Rick James said, broke bets. Jack needs a fighter to punch his nose back into place, and Emeev ain't gonna do it right. Mike said, Jack's trip hammer jab for the bashing. Dude, his jab is sick, man. That way he was hitting Pete Gonzalez. I know it's, late notice and Pete Gonzalez this and that, but man, Jack looks good. And the only guy that's went the distance with him, I think he's on a 10-fight win streak, is that dude, that Lusa dude on the Dana White Contender Series. And that dude's tough, man.
Yeah.
Herb Dean, he said, I played the over and also bet Jack straight. Yeah, I can see that.
Is it over 1.5 or 2.5? I think it's 2, right?
I believe it's 2.5, and it was like minus 200 or some 210, 220.
Yeah.
But yeah, because I mean, even when Ramazan gets hurt, he'll probably be able to try to shoot some takedowns. But man, he better be able to get some.
Yeah, third round will be iffy.
Yeah, that's when that 35-year-old age catches up to Emeev. The Burn said Emeev can't hold anyone down. He's been slowing down bad. He's going to get peppered all night. Yep. Herb Dean, at this point with the line movement, it might be worth a small bet on Emeev. I mean, if you got him cheap enough, but man, I'm really on Jack Della. I really think that like, I know that he ain't a minus 300, but I think the dude's a lock on this card.
Well, Emeev's only chance to win is probably going to be a decision. So if you're on the Emeev side and if the line looks good, you can sprinkle it if you think he's going to win. But
and say then come fight day, say if Emeev's plus 180 to 200, then you sprinkle on him definitely. You know what I mean? Dirty Red said, I've been trying to make myself switch my pick to Jack. I just can't do it. At least I allowed the feeling not to let me include this fight in my parlay. Still citing Emeev. I just see the takedowns. Yeah, possibly. James said, Jack's always trying for the finish, like his intensity. I love it, man.
He picks his spots a lot, like really well.
Oh, yeah. We're going to have to freaking kind of hurry a bit. I didn't even see it. It's already 8:21. Next fight is number 9. You can start this one off. This is in the men's flyweight division. Rogerio Bontorin versus Manel Kape.
Okay. So this one's going to be a good one. I like Kape here, though. I think he's just the more explosive fighter. He's really good on the feet. He has really good striking, really good power. Bontorin on the feet, not the greatest. He's kind of slow. He's a little just like lackadaisical. Like he doesn't throw a lot of volume, but man, he has really good submissions and good BJJ. But I don't think this fight's going to get to the mat. I'll be honest. Kape does have decent wrestling if he wants to use it, but I don't think he will. But yeah, I just like Kape here. Like Bontorin's really good, but when he's going up against the top level guys, like I just don't think that's his plateau. And I think Kape is just a top level guy in this division with power. And I think he'll be able to knock out Bontorin eventually, maybe like in the second round or maybe early third. But I like Kape a lot here. I got him in one of my parlay, so I like him a lot.
Yeah, man, I'm with you. His wrestling defense is nice too. His jiu-jitsu is good. I'm not sure. Bontorin might be able to get him down maybe in the first round, but Bontorin slows down by the third. So even if he wins the first and second, I could see Kape getting a finish in the third. Bontorin, like you said, good power striking, low output, likes to circle around and kind of counter punch and just throw heat. He's got good body lock and trip takedowns, really good control on the ground too. But yeah, man, in that first round, he might be able to get some takedowns on Kape, but man, Kape could also just finish him in the first round. I see it going a lot like the Kai Kara-France fight, where Bontorin might be able to get it to the ground, but when Kape gets up, man, he's going to be a lot faster than him, and I feel like he's going to be able to hit him with a big shot, kind of like with the hands instead of like a knee or a kick. I think he might get him with like he did Master Z Zagauskas last fight, and crack him. And like I said, I think it looked like a lot like the Kara-France fight.
Yep. Yeah, it's just the power advantage. Like, I mean, Bontorin showed that he can get knocked out, so. I mean, Kape is probably one of the stronger punchers in the flyweight division.
Definitely an explosive, man. He's so explosive. Yeah. Let's see. Chris Allen said what Herb said. Kape on the juice. I know that how he tested for USADA or something. I seen an interview where he was explaining it, but I didn't watch it. Let's see. Kape is good. Plus, he gets that roid strain, right? I mean, and
every little bit helps.
Yeah. So, I mean, you kind of got to back the dude on the roids for sure.
Fair enough. Yeah.
Mike said he was on Rogério, got hazed in my group to oblivion, like no credibility. Anyway, it's just I flipped, but Rogério is taking the guys back. Maybe. Hey, he could. I mean, he looked good against Kara France and stuff, but like I said,
just couldn't get the submission because Kara France's submission defense is crazy good.
It is. His takedown defense and all that got a lot better because they fought in Japan for like 5 years. I'm not disagreeing with that. Like this fight, James said had Bontarina at first, but had to switch to KPicks. Especially, I didn't. Yeah, I see that coming off. I didn't bet this fight either because Bontarina does have a path to victory. So I stayed away from this fight, but I'm betting with Cape. All right, let's get into the good fights now, the excellent fights. Anyways, fight number 10 is Weili Zhang versus Joanna Jędrzejczyk. Who started last time? Do you know? You?
I think I did. Yeah.
Okay. Man, this fight it's gonna be another banger, just like the first fight. You know, both these girls have excellent striking. I'm going to give the wrestling and grappling advantage to Weili Zhang, but she really wasn't able to get that going last fight. But I really like Weili Zhang in this fight. I mean, both of these girls obviously got great striking, all that, but Weili Zhang has a little more power. And then in the she slowed down last fight after the third round, but this is only a 3-round fight, so I think that favors Weili Zhang. Then Joanna, she's 35 years old now. She hasn't fought in almost 2.5 years. She was out like traveling the world and stuff, which is awesome for her. But to come back in and just fight someone like Weili, who's been fighting tough girls ever since, you know, I just think that Weili is going to be able to land the harder shots. She's only got 3 rounds, so she doesn't have to conserve her energy. She might be able to land some takedowns. And like I said, with Joanna not fighting in that 2.5 years and being 35 years old now, I don't know how much her heart's really in this. This could be just coming back for a payday. You know what I mean? But she's tough, so she's never going to get blown out of the water. And then not only that, but for me, if this goes to the judges, we're in Asia again. So I think that if it's a close decision, that they're definitely going to give it to Weili. So I got Weili by decision, and this that finishes off my parlay with Choi. So I got Weili Zhang and Suwoo Choi, 1.75 units to win 2.1. And I like that because, like I said, I think both them fights go to the decision. And I think if it's close, that both them guys are going to have the judges on their side. So who do you have for this fight?
Yeah, I got Weili as well. Basically the same thing that you said. Like the biggest thing for me is Weili's wrestling. She can mix in the takedowns. They're both really good strikers. I may give Joanna the edge in striking, but I just don't know how she's going to look after 2 years off of fighting. And Weili has been at least active, and she's looked really good, especially in her last fight. I know we didn't get to see too much of the first Rose fight because she got knocked out early, but like her wrestling looked decent. And if that was a 3-round fight, she definitely would have won that fight. Because I think Rose took rounds 4 and 5.
Right.
So for me, I mean, if she can implement that almost the same game plan a little bit, and she can definitely just wrestle her way to an easy decision here. I mean, there's way more past the victory, I think, for Weili. And just with Joanna, I mean, that 2-year layoff. And like you said, I don't know if she's going to have the heart. She's going to have the drive. If she really wants to win this one or not. I mean, I'm sure she wants to win, but like, you know what I mean? Like, but I mean, I wanted to pick Joanna. Like, don't get me wrong, but I was like, man, I just can't. Like, I just couldn't do it. But Weili, I like here. I think this fight will go to decision. No one's going to knock out or submit anybody. I got the over 2.5 in the parlay leg, and I got Weili with the Cape parlay. So that's what I like.
So you got Weili and Cape on a parlay? Yeah, I like that. I think both of them win. Like I said, because if this was switched around and Joanna had been fighting and Weili was coming off a 2.5-year layoff and they was fighting, you know, and then they was fighting in Joanna's home country close to it and all that, man, I would side with Joanna.
Oh, 100%.
Like, well, you know, Weili, but man, I got to go with Weili on this. And especially because, you know, the striking's even. Even. Weili has more power, but Zhang, she has a grappling advantage. And I don't know if she'll use it because Joanna has really good takedown defense. But I mean, if it comes to that and she's able to land a takedown, she can get some good control. So I'm on Weili too. Like I said, Weili and Choi for me. And you said you had the over on a bet or something?
Yeah, I did the over 2.5 in this one with Edwards and Pascual over 2.5 too. So I think those are the two women's fights that are going to go over for sure.
Yeah, I like that. Yeah. Red said, Wale strike impact too hard and we'll have, that damage she did last time. What Wale is my pick, but don't blame me. I don't blame people. No,
I don't either.
No, I like Obnoxious Joanna. Have no idea who this. Right, dude. That's what I'm saying. She's 35 now, and I don't think she used to be a straight freaking killer savage. She used to come in looking so crazy, and now I mean, you get older, man, and she's, I don't know. I think why not? Yeah, like somebody was saying that like the UFC must want her gone because why not give her like a more decent matchup? Give her,
give her like a little
number 5 girl.
Yeah.
But they brought her right back in, but it'll sell. But all right, man, let's get to the co-main event. Fight number 11. We got Valentina Shevchenko versus Taila Santos. I will let you start this one.
Well, I'm going to go with the champ here. Santos could be a champion one day. She's young. She's 28 years old. But, man, it's not going to be at UFC 275. I'll tell you that because Valentina is too good. Her striking is super crisp, super technical. She has very good ground game, very good submissions, very good wrestling. Like anything, like she's like one of the most complete fighters out of like all the UFC. Like she's just really good at everything, and she's like amazing at some things too. Like, but with Santos, like I said, she's good, has good striking, good power, but this is a huge step up in competition. She beat Joanne Wood and Roxanne Metaferry and Jillian Robertson and Molly McCann.
Right.
I mean. That's not even nowhere near Shevchenko. Like not even close. None of them. Even put together, none of them. It doesn't equal Shevchenko. So Santos might look good early though, because she does come out pretty good. But I think as the fight goes on, I do think this will go over like 2 rounds at least, maybe even 3. But I do think Shevchenko is going to be able to get the knockout or a submission, some kind of finish here. Maybe in the 4th round, she does tend to like wear down her opponents a little bit with her striking, and like she just takes over in the 4th and 5th rounds. So I like Shevchenko to get the finish. I know originally I said decision in my picks, but I did a bet for inside the distance because I do think that she'll end up getting a submission or a knockout in the 4th or 5th.
Right. Yeah. I'm with you. The early rounds are going to be close, are going to be tough and nervous because Shevchenko, she's been fighting. I mean, she fought that one waitress from the Waffle House last time. What was it? Lauren Murphy?
Lauren Murphy, yeah.
They met at the truck shop and fought. So like she's been fighting kind of like slower girls. I know she had Jessica I. She like not as athletic girls. She hasn't been fighting the most athletic and younger girls recently. And Taila Santos, man, she's super athletic. She's gonna have an inch of height and 2.5 inches of reach on her, and she goes hard. And from the beginning, she goes for finishes. I think 14 out of her 19 wins are by stoppage, 11 by KO. So she definitely has a chance early. I didn't bet this fight, but if I would, I wanted to bet the fight doesn't go to decision. That's what I wanted to bet. But when I went to the casino, they didn't have that. They just had they only had the over under 3.5. Yeah, sometimes, man, they have all these prop bets, and then sometimes they won't have any. But I could go on the Glover fight. Fight doesn't go to distance, but they didn't have it for this. But
weird.
Yeah, but I have Valentina. I think this fight, they're going to do some grappling, some good striking in them first couple rounds. But Taila Santos slows down, man, after that 3rd round, like going into the 3rd. So and I seen her make a post on Instagram too, where she said, "I'm a Porsche with no brakes," and like to me, that I think
you don't want that.
Yeah, what I think she's trying to say is like she's just gonna like go for broke and go try to get the knockout because that's the way to win. Because like you're not gonna go in there and go technique for technique with Shevchenko and win. I think Shevchenko is the most well-rounded like technical fighter, a boy, girl, anybody that's ever fought. She's a black belt in judo, taekwondo, and kickboxing, Muay Thai, and taekwondo, and she's a black belt in judo. And then I'm sure she's a black belt in jiu-jitsu by now. Like she and her fight IQ's off the chain and all that. And the only thing, man, she's 34 years old. She's going to be in there with a girl that's a little going to be a little faster than her and more athletic, I think. But man, I still got to go with Shevchenko. I'm taking Shevchenko in that 4th or 5th round TKO. But I don't think it's going to be as easy as what the odds say. You know what I mean? This is going to be a good fight. Them first, like she's not going to be so much faster and stuff like Lauren Murphy, all that. So or even like Chukagian, where she was just able to take her down and beat her up. So yeah, man, give me Valentina by 4th or 5th round TKO. But them first couple rounds are gonna be good, man.
It's going to be very competitive in the first and maybe second round, but like I said, Valentina should be able to take over in the at least 4th and 5th round, probably 3rd as well too.
Right, yeah. Mike said, Saba said Valentina would knock her out. Burns said Santos KO, lock of the night. First round KO, lock of the night.
That would be the only round, I think.
That's some stuff. We got Mike said Valentina's the GOAT. That's 100%. The Burns Valentina basically beat champs in 4 weight classes. Yeah, she beat Nunes the one time too. To be honest, Nunes is so much bigger than her. Dirty Reg, I'm sorry, I just checked my Tapology. I vow easy unanimous decision. Dude, he said KO. They're crazy. All right, Effie. We seen the Invisibles get smoked in women's MMA, right? Rousey, Cyborg, Nunes all got dusted. Not happening here.
No.
But Valentina's getting older, and one of these young pups coming up is gonna catch her, man. And that's what sucks. I hope she retires. Like if she retired after this fight, say she wins, because she's 34. Like, dude, she might be the GOAT. Definitely, I think of women's MMA, even though I don't know if Nunes did some shit too. She just got beat.
She has to fight Nunes once, and she has to beat her. That's the only way, because everyone's going to always have that debate. Is it going to be Nunes? Is it going to be Valentina? Like, you can make a debate. Like, I personally think it's Valentina, because I really think that she won that last fight against Nunes, but she didn't technically win. So you have that against her. I don't think she wants that hanging over her head.
Maybe not the fight against each other, but Shevchenko's the better overall fighter. More technical, better skills, and like I would hate if she. I always thought about, like, dude, imagine if that girl, if Shevchenko was like a Russian spy, like assassin, and they sent her to come kill you. She would freaking kill you. Like,
she's a badass, dude.
Badass, man. Effie said every girl other than the Wood that Santos faced took her to decision. That's true. She crushes cans. Every girl has more than one pro win, right? Rick James, she beat my ass, but Val is only the best at lulling an audiences asleep. I don't know. She been getting some finishes.
That's Rose and Esparza now.
She puts him into a coma. Rose and then broke back Shevchenko a black belt in the bedroom too. I guarantee it. With the dancing, she got the dancing and all that. Yeah, don't forget the safe word. All right. James said, I like champ here. Santos could get lucky. You never know, right? But
that's true.
Then, right. Broke bets. Carlos Esparza moves up and is double champ. This guy, ain't no way.
Oh, boy.
Jenny, what's up, man? Thanks for joining us. I got fights to start round 3 for Santos Shevchenko. That's a good one. Anything after round 3 to me is sketchy, but I believe it gets to round 3. Ice Viking, my Tapology pick is Val TKO round 4. That's what I got. I guarantee it's 4 or 5. So yeah, and if he's got that, it's the truth, man. James, a light sprinkle on Joanna by split, right?
It could be true.
And yeah, and I'm sure that's got good odds. All right, let's get to the main event. We got the men's light heavyweight division. We got Glover Teixeira versus Yuri Prochazka, and this one's easy, man. Either Glover is going to use his wrestling and get this to the ground, use his jiu-jitsu to beat up Yuri and eventually either get a TKO ground and pound or submission, or Yuri is going to stop the takedowns or use the get-up game to get back up, and then he is going to punch Glover into a coma. So that's really how, like, what there is to break it down. Another thing, though, is Yuri's takedown defense, man, on the regional scene and a little bit in the UFC hasn't been the greatest. And that's the thing that Glover is good at. Like, he's really good at that. So, yeah, man, it's so hard for me to pick a winner. Like, I want Glover to win and I want Yuri to win. You know, I want Glover to win because, like, that's awesome that he's that old and still a champ and get to defend it. But then I also want Yuri to win so that, like, he can keep get the young blood in that division. And he's a badass, dude. The only person that's really going to beat Yuri is a badass wrestler with jiu-jitsu. Like, because, like, no one's really going to beat him standing up. So, yeah, man, I'm gonna actually take Glover to be able to get them takedowns and be able to either get a ground and pound or some type of submission, you know, because Yuri, when he's standing up, he'll give his back, he'll give his neck up, man. I'd like to stand up. So I don't know, man. I just have a feeling. I didn't bet Glover. I actually bet the fight does not go the distance. And I have that mixed with the Steve Garcia under 2.5. Okay. That was like even money. And then I also bet Glover under 1.5 rounds. Okay. I mean, just under 1.5, not Glover. Okay. So because man, I can also see, Glover coming out, shooting for a takedown, missing, and then Yuri just, hitting him with them crazy hooks and strikes and everything that he's got. He hits so hard. And we've seen a lot in Glover's fights where he gets hit, hurt, knocked down, and then the fighters either follow him to the ground or he scrambles for a takedown and gets it. So if Yuri can stop all that, man, anytime this fight's standing, it's going to be over in the first or second if Glover cannot, get this fight to the ground and get it finished himself. So I'm on Glover, but I just think this fight's going to end. That's how I'm going to bet. That's how I bet it.
Yeah. You said doesn't go the distance?
Yeah, the fight does not go the distance. Yeah, gotcha. That with Glover, which that's got to be a lock, right?
Yeah, that's pretty much.
It was like minus 500 though.
Yeah, that's pretty much a guaranteed lock. But yeah, I mean, an initial thought when I first looked at this, I'm like, oh, Yuri's gonna win. But like you said, it's either gonna be Glover by submission or TKO on the mat, or Yuri by knockout, one or the other. So I'm gonna stick with my initial one here. I said Yuri would win by knockout, maybe like late first, early second, but this fight's not gonna get past 2.5 rounds. Like, let's put it that way.
No way.
Either Glover's gonna get that submission early, or Yuri's gonna. I think if Yuri can just not be super crazy like he is, kind of stays at range, just picks his spots, keeps the fight standing as long as he can, and maybe he touches him early. But right. I mean, actually, too, the longer the fight goes, it's gonna favor Yuri as well. I think he has the better cardio. But if it gets on the mat, it's over. It's going to be over shortly after. Glover's going to win. But I think Yuri's going to get that knockout. And I did put Yuri in on my gut parlay of the week, which was with Steve Garcia. And right. I smashed the under 2.5 in this. I got it at minus one. I got it at minus 170, and I think I put 2.5 units on it. It's one of my bigger bets that I do. I'm like, this fight's not going in third round. There's no way. Right. So I got it at 170, and I'm cool with that.
You're right, and it's so weird too. Because I want Glover to win and stuff, but with predicting the under even 2.5 or 1.5, I'm not gonna be mad if Yuri comes out and just drops him within the first, because Thiago Santos dropped him, Ian Cutelaba dropped him, a lot of people, Carl Robertson dropped him,
and then he just kind of got him a little wobbled too before he got submitted.
Right. Yeah. So it's it's just, is Yuri going to be able to stop that takedown? Because and Glover's so heavy on top. He doesn't have he's not going to need, striking, dude. Yuri's going to be so much faster and more powerful. Glover needs to get this to the ground right away and get some submissions. And if Yuri just stops the first and second takedown, it's going to be over, within another minute and a half after that. Because Glover's 43, dude, and his striking he used to have good striking. His striking slowed down so much now.
He's super hittable too.
Right. And Glover, he always loses. He only loses though. Here's the reason why I really like Glover. He only loses to people that can stop his wrestling. If you go through his whole career, the only person that beat him that couldn't stop his wrestling was Rumble Johnson, but Rumble Johnson knocked him out in 30 seconds. So he didn't have a chance to get it going. But everybody else that he's lost to, John Jones,
Corey Anderson,
everyone, go down the list. They're all better wrestlers than him. And so he couldn't get his wrestling. Gustafson was able to stop his wrestling, hit him with them uppercuts. So, I don't think Yuri's going to stop his wrestling. I don't think he's going to be able to. And I think that either he's eventually before that middle of that second round that Glover's going to wear on him. Because you can actually see that even with Blachowicz, when Glover gets on top of you, man, you can see them people's power bars just draining down either because he's constantly hitting you. He's constantly working, transitioning, and he's so heavy on top. But yeah, man, I also can see Yuri coming out and knocking his head off.
Yeah, so it can go either way.
I'm just hoping for a really good fight. We got James here, said really like Glover. He has came through so many times for us as an underdog, but we think his time's run up and new champ Yuri. Some kind of weird spinning. Definitely. I mean, and Glover might not even get a chance to shoot a takedown. You know what I mean? Yuri, dude, he's crazy, man. The face.
Or maybe like Glover goes for a takedown and then Yuri just does like a flying knee and just catches him. Anything like that can happen.
I just don't see this fight. I like that. I got that under 1.5 at plus 110. I just don't see this fight going there because even when it starts again in the second, man, either Yuri's going to be tired and beat up, and Glover's going to take him down and get like he did with Blachowicz, or if they get into the second and Yuri's not beat down, I don't know if Glover will land another takedown. So
true.
But James, man.
I just took the extra round just for a little insurance, but I put more money on it because I'm like, I'm just going to smash it.
That's good. They had that there, and then I wanted to bet that straight up, and I almost put the Glover under 2.5 with the Steve Garcia under 2.5. Okay. But I ended up just taking the Glover fight don't go to decision because there's fight don't go the distance because there's no way it goes 5 rounds with that Steve Garcia under. And it gave me basically even money. And I like that Steve Garcia under. I think he's going to expose that Machaev guy. And then if not, it covers me because the only other thing that you're thinking is if Steve Garcia is going to lose, it's going to because he's getting KO'd.
Yeah,
you know what I mean, he's going to get caught. So yeah, man, I really like that under in that one too. Mm-hmm. But Dirty Reg said if Pop gets on top, it's game over. Yep. The Burn said Glover was the most ducked fighter on the roster when he's like 20-1 at the time. And yeah, man. Mikey says, sorry, Pops, but I gotta smash your ass and get that ponytail trim. The Emmett Smiley guaranteed lock bet, the opposite. Yes, Johnny, that's the play this week, under 2.5. That is a good one. Nick Sisson, what's up, Nick? Man, he said just the violence. Yep. Mm-hmm. Because it's hard. Who knows where the violence is going to happen in this one? To be honest, James Snivy, Cody, great hit last week on that Menafield under 1.5. It's an awesome pick, and wish I'd have taken it. Yeah, man, that fight was crazy. And when they stood up, dude, that dude Asper dude head kick Menafield. When they stood up for any second, it was wild.
Yeah.
Dirty Red said, whatever I walk in the casino to bet, I just take an extra second and push the opposite bet button. I'd be rich.
Yep.
Facts. Zach Singleton, what's up, Zach? I said, my guys, what's up? Thanks for joining us, man, coming in. Dirty Red said, I keep forgetting to do that, though. Yeah. We always think we know what's right? Broke Bets, Glover is a Charles Oliveira type fighter. Yeah, he's going to fight for your money, man. It's just father time, man.
I know, 43. I don't.
I said this is his last fight.
Oliveira, though. Oh, did he?
I'm pretty sure Glover said that he's going to be done after this, or maybe one more fight in 2022. But he's done with fighting by 2022. So
he's gonna lose then.
Right. But all right, boys,
I hate it when fighters say that. So sorry.
Yeah, I don't like that. Even like Felice Herrig did it last week, and look what happened to her. But Glover's gonna fight. He's gonna come with all them skills.
Yeah.
But yeah, man, I gotta head out to work. But as always, appreciate everybody coming. Everybody, if you haven't already, go check out JohnnyKPicks page on Instagram and on YouTube. Give him the like and subscribe. He's over 1,000 subscribers.
Do the same for Blood Money as well. Let's get him up to 1,000 subs. That's the next goal, guys.
Yep. And anybody that's on here right now, we got 29 live viewers. Can you guys all go hit that like button? We want to try to get up to like over 60 likes. That'd be our biggest one ever.
Yeah.
So appreciate every single time, every week. The same guys coming, talking great fights. Our chat's always awesome. I love it, man. This is one of my favorite times of the week, to be honest, right behind the fights, man, and putting them bets in. Them are my two good times. So appreciate everybody coming. Jason, Effie, Saba, the Burns, Dirty Reg, Ice Viking, James and his wife, Amy, everybody, man, Effie, everybody that came tonight. Appreciate you guys. And good luck this weekend, everybody. And good luck, Johnny, too. And we'll see you on Friday, either tomorrow or Friday. I'm going to drop my official bets video, so everybody look out for that too. And I believe Johnny just dropped his best bets. I'm gonna go check that out.
Nice and early for everybody. Nice and early.
Yep. So I'm gonna go check that out on the way to work. So appreciate you, everybody. Christopher, hey, thanks for showing up again too, brother. But everybody, Mikey, everybody, I'll see you all later, man. Later, Johnny. Thanks for showing up again, buddy.
No problem. Take care.
See you guys.